जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम। जय गौरानिताई 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 जय गौरानिताई। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवेक स्त्रोत्र शतशीषि श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस श्री भज चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। ISKCON founder आचार्य BBD founder आचार्य save the whole world विश्व गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव विंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। इताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Shrimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 10, Deliverance of the Yamalarjuna trees. Texts 20 to 22. We'll read the last text together. First two texts I will read myself. Yad imau lokapalasya putrau bhutva tamapluthau na vivasasam atmanam vijanita sudurmadau अथो अतोर्हत स्थावरतां स्यातां नैवं यथा पुनः स्मृति स्यान्मत् प्रसादेन तत्रापि मद् अनुग्रहात्. Please repeat. वासुदेवस्य सानिध्यं वासुदेवस्य सानिध्यं लब्ध्वा दिव्या शरत शते लब्ध्वा दिव्य शरच्चते वृत्ते स्वर्लोकतां भूयः वृत्ते स्वर्लोकतां भूयो लब्ध भक्ति भविष्यतः लब्ध भक्ति भविष्यतः वासुदेवस्य सानिध्यं लब्ध्वा दिव्य शरच्चते वृत्ते स्वर्लोकतां भूयो लब्धा भक्ति भविष्यतः. Yat, because imau, these two young demigods, Lokapalasya, of the great demigod Kuvera, Putrau, born as sons, Bhutva, being so, they should not have become like that. Tamaplutau, so absorbed in the mode of darkness. Na, not. Vivasasam, without any dress. Completely naked. Atmanam, their personal bodies. Vijanitaha, could understand that they were naked. Sudurmada, because they were very much fallen due to false pride. Ataha, therefore, arhataha, they deserve stavarata, immobility like that of a tree. Syatam, they may become. Na, not. Evam, in this way. Yatha, as. Punaha, again. Smritihi, remembrance. Syat, may continue. Mat prasadena, by my mercy. Tatra api, over and above that. Mat anugrahat, by my special favor. Vasudevasya, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sanidhyam, the personal association. Face to face. Labdva, obtaining. Divya Sharat Shate Vritte, after the expiry of 100 years, by the measurement of the demigods. Swarlokata, the desire to live in the celestial world. Bhuyaha, again. Labdha Bhakti, having revived their natural condition of devotional service. Bhavishyataha, will become. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaicharanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jai. Translation. These two young men, Nalakuvara and Manigriva, are by fortune the sons of great demigod Kuvera. But because of false prestige and madness after drinking liquor, they are so fallen that they are naked, but cannot understand that they are. Therefore, because they are living like trees, for trees are naked but are not conscious, these two young men should receive the bodies of trees. This will be proper punishment. Nonetheless, after they become trees and until they are released, by my mercy, they will have remembrance of their past sinful activities. Moreover, by my special favor, after the expiry of 100 years, by the measurement of the demigods, they will be able to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, face to face, and thus revive their real position as devotees. Please see the translation. These two young men, Nalakuvara and Manigriva, are by fortune the sons of the great demigod Kuvera. But because of false prestige and madness after drinking liquor, they are so fallen that they are naked but cannot understand that they are. Therefore, because they are living like trees, for trees are naked but are not conscious, these two young men should receive the bodies of trees. This will be proper punishment. Nonetheless, after they become trees and until they are released, by my mercy, they will have remembrance of their past sinful activities. Moreover, by my special favor, after the expiry of 100 years, by the measurement of the demigods, they will be able to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, face to face, and thus revive their real position as devotees. Purport. A tree has no consciousness. When cut, it feels no pain. But Narada Muni wanted the consciousness of Nalakuvara and Manigriva to continue, so that even after being released from the life of trees, they would not forget the circumstances under which they had been punished. Therefore, to bestow upon them special favor, Narada Muni arranged things in such a way that after being released, they would be able to see Krishna in Vrindavan and thus revive their dormant bhakti. Each day of the demigods in the upper planetary system equals 6 months of our measurement. Although the demigods in the upper planetary system are attached to material enjoyment, they're all devotees and therefore they're called demigods. There are two kinds of persons, namely the Devas and the Asuras. Asuras forget their relationship with Krishna. Asuram bhavam ashritaha. Whereas the Devas do not forget. Dvau bhuta sargau lokesmin daiva asura evacha Vishnu bhakta smito daiva asurastad viparjayaha. Padma Purana. The distinction between a pure devotee and a karma mishra bhakti, karma mishra devotee is this. A pure devotee does not desire anything for material enjoyment, whereas a mixed devotee becomes a devotee to become a first class enjoyer of this material world. One who is in direct touch with the Supreme Personality of Godhead in devotional service remains pure, uncontaminated by material desires. Anyabilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavritam. By karma mishra bhakti, one is elevated to the celestial kingdom. By jnana mishra bhakti, one is able to merge in the Brahman effulgence. And by yoga mishra bhakti, one is able to realize the omnipotency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But pure bhakti does not depend on karma, jnana, or yoga, for it simply consists of loving affairs. The liberation of the bhakta, therefore, which is called not just mukti but vimukti, surpasses the five other kinds of liberation: sajujya sarupya, salokya sarshti, and samipya. A pure devotee always engages in pure service. Anukulyena Krishnanu Sheelanam Bhaktiruttama. Taking birth in the upper planetary system as a demigod is a chance to become a further purified devotee and go back home, back to Godhead. Narada Muni indirectly gave Manigriva and Nalakuvara the greatest opportunity by his so-called curse. Thus ends the Bhakti of the purport and translations to Canto 10, Chapter 10, texts 20 to 22 of Srimad Bhagavatam. उमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So this verse is actually a blessing verse. Although the verse talks about Narada Muni punishing the two sons of Kuvera, Nalakuvara and Manigriva. It's interesting to note how the punishment of Narada Muni becomes a blessing. So that is also explained in this verse. But what was the reason for punishing? that describes the first part of this verse. Actually, by some good fortune, Nalakura and Manigriva became the sons of the great demigod Kuvera, and they attain the status of Devatas. And Devatas are naturally devotees of Vishnu. By virtue of being a Devata, you are a devotee of Vishnu. So who becomes a demigod? Anybody who's a devotee of Vishnu easily becomes a demigod. And they always worship Vishnu's lotus feet. It is explained here. Asuras forget their relationship with Krishna. Asuram bhavam ashrita. Whereas the Devas do not forget. That is the distinction between Devas and Asuras. So as explained in Padma Purana, also in Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter. Two places it is explained. So, Prabhupada quotes Padma Purana. Dvau bhuta sargo lokesmin daiva asura evacha. Vishnu bhakto smito daiva asurastad viparyayaha. There are two kinds of living beings in this world. Broadly. They are one who remembers Vishnu and worship Vishnu and remember their relationship with Vishnu, and the other, they forget the relationship with Vishnu and do not engage in worship of Vishnu. So those who engage in worship of Vishnu, remember Vishnu favorably, they are called devotees, Vishnu Bhakta. Those who do not remember Vishnu and do not worship Vishnu, they are called Asuras. But both are coming from the same Supreme Lord Vishnu. But still they are distinguished by their natures. What is that? Asuram bhavam ashritaha. But devotee is Daivi Prakriti ashritaha. Asuram bhavam ashrita. The Asuras take shelter of Asura nature. What is Asura nature? That is described in detail in the 16th chapter. And what is Sura nature or Daiva nature? Divine nature. That is also described in the 16th chapter in detail. Daivi Prakriti. Like elsewhere in the Bhagavad Gita it is explained. Mahatmanastu mam partha Daivim Prakriti ashtitaha. Mahatmas are those who have taken shelter of my divine energy or Yogamaya. Daivi Prakriti means Yogamaya. So they have taken shelter of Yogamaya. But the Asuras, they have taken shelter of Mahamaya. That is the difference. So, these sons of Kuvera, Nalakur and Manigriva, actually by some good fortune they became sons of the great demigod Kuvera. Kuvera is not ordinary demigod. There are 33 crore devatas. Among them, Kuvera is listed in a very high level, high-ranking demigod. He was a government official, but there are high-ranking officials, right? There are 33 crore devatas, but Kuvera is a very high-ranking demigod. Kuvera, Indra, Chandra, Surya, Varuna, Brahma. They're all very high-ranking officials. Among them, of course, Brahma is even more higher. And Shiva is even more higher. Therefore, Shiva is called Mahadeva, not Deva. Shiva is not called Deva. He's called Mahadeva. See the ranking, how it goes. So, Nalakur and Manigriva, they've been posted to the position of Devata by the virtue of being the son of the Devata, Kuvera. But unfortunately, being affected by false pride and madness after drinking liquor, they are so fallen that they are naked but cannot understand that they are. So this is the defect of liquor drinking. People may say, what is wrong about drinking liquor? This is the mistake. This is the wrong. What is that? When you become intoxicated by drinking, then you will become unnecessarily puffed up and develop false prestige, and you become mad, meaning you lose your good sense. What is madness? You lose your good sense. Now what happens when you lose your good sense? You do something crazy. That's why here we see they're so fallen that they're naked but cannot understand that they are. See this point. Actually, they are naked. See, anybody is naked, it's very obvious for oneself and others. But the sons of Kuvera, they become so fallen out of madness, being in an intoxicated state and puffed up, all brought about by drinking liquor. They were naked, but they cannot understand that they were. Buddhi nashta. One's good sense will be lost. So that is why one should never come under the influence of liquor, because you lose your good sense. Even though otherwise you may be a nice person, but when you drink, you lose control over your own self. And that is very obvious. All of us know. You don't require great spiritual understanding and realization. You see any drunkard, he has no control over himself as to what he is going to do. He'll become unpredictable. What he is going to do. And what he will speak, he has no control. What action he is going to do, he'll have no control. Sometimes their murders happen when they are in an intoxicated state, because they become mad. They're not in their consciousness. Just like one case Prabhupada says, no, in one lecture, that one person was brought to court who was actually little mad. And then the lawyer argued on the grounds that, my lord, addressing the judge, actually my client was mad when he committed this murder. He was not in a right frame of mind and consciousness. He was not in his good sense. And therefore, because he was not in his full consciousness and in his state of madness or craziness, he committed this murder. Therefore, you should pardon him, release him. So the judge thought about it, and the judge made a statement. Yes, actually in this world, by and large, everybody is more or less crazy. But he was even, his dose was more. So the judge actually pardoned him and released that murder. Because when he committed murder, he was not in his good sense. Anyway, the point here is, when you're not in good sense, then we don't know what we are doing. We don't even realize, like Narada Muni is saying here, cannot understand that they are. They're so fallen that they are naked, but cannot understand that they are. So this is the danger of being in ignorance. Danger of being intoxicated, being drunk. That's why we see so much domestic violence happens by drinking liquor. We all know that. We hear in the news also, so much domestic violence happens. The man drinks liquor and comes, and then he commits so much domestic violence towards his wife, sometimes towards children, abusing them, manhandling them. So many things happen because he's not in good sense. The next day morning, he'll be very normal, as though nothing happened the previous night. Fortunately, they have good wives. They also tolerate and go on. Is it not? And many cases, it's a daily affair. Daily affair. So that is why Narada Muni took compassion. Why this kind of situation has come about to the sons of Kuvera? Somehow Narada Muni took compassion upon these two fallen sons of Kuvera. See how much fortunate these sons of Kumera became. Somehow Narad Muni thought about them. See, a pure devotee, if he even thinks about us, finished. Actually, Nalakura and Manikriva didn't even do anything to come in the purview of Narad Muni. But Narad Muni, by his benevolence and broad-mindedness, and by the arrangement of Krishna, appeared on the banks of Mandakini river in Kailasa regions to deliver these two sons of Kubera. How Narad Muni is so merciful and compassionate, and how Krishna is so merciful and compassionate. Krishna is called Dina Dayal. Dina means poor, Dina also means fallen. And here we see Narad Muni using the word fallen souls. They are so fallen. Pure devotees are especially meant to deliver the fallen souls of this world. Actually, in this world, everybody is fallen. If you're not fallen, you will not come to this world. You will be in the spiritual world. We are fallen. But we become further fallen by indulging in sinful activities. Already we are fallen by virtue of taking birth in this world. Or it indicates that we have taken birth in this world means we are fallen. Chuta, as opposed to Achyuta, position of the living being. As explained in the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, nicely by Prabhupada. Prabhupada says, our position has become Chuta in this world. Chuta means fallen. But Krishna always is Achyuta, never fallen. Never falls down. He never comes under the influence of Maya. Rather, Maya is always under the control of Krishna. Maya, Devihi Esha Gunamayi, Mama Maya Duratyaya. So Krishna says that Maya is always under my control. Chaye Vayasya Bhuvanani Bibarti Durga. So this material energy is always acting like the shadow of Krishna. So many ways and so many places Krishna is described like this. Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. This material nature is working under my direction. So therefore, the Lord never comes under the control of material nature or material energy. Rather, material energy is always under the control of Krishna. So therefore, Krishna is always Achyuta. And Krishna's activities or Vishnu's activities is never subject to material good and bad, material papa and punya. This is the subject matter of the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna explained this to Arjuna in detail. But Krishna has told Arjuna that try to understand my identity, my nature, as opposed to you as a living entity. So many things Krishna explained in the 4th chapter, beginning from text 4 onwards, up to text 16. So Krishna never comes under the influence of material nature. Similarly, Krishna's devotees like Narad Muni never comes under the influence of material nature. But if you are neither the Lord, obviously we are not the Lord, nor a devotee of the Lord, there is every chance that we come under the influence of material nature. Because the Jiva is described as the Tatashta Shakti of the Lord. The Lord has got 3 broad energies. The Puranas categorize the Lord's energies broadly in 3 different ways. Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti and Tatashta Shakti. 3 energies are there, broadly classified. Antaranga Shakti, the Lord's internal energy or spiritual energy. Then Bahiranga Shakti, the Lord's material energy. Then the 3rd Shakti, the Lord's marginal energy. Antaranga Shakti, Yogamaya. Bahiranga Shakti, Mahamaya. And Tatashta Shakti, all the living beings in this world, the Jivas. So the Jivas are called as Tatashta Shakti, meaning Tatashta actually, like in, I think Kannada and Sanskrit we use the word Tata, means banks. Just like if there is a river or a sea, there is one portion of the river or a sea, sometimes it is covered by water, sometimes it is not covered by water, isn't it? When the waves come by the force of the wind, it comes into the sandy area. Then the water recedes. Again, when there is a force of wind, again the water gushes into the land portion or the sandy portion. Again it recedes back. So that mid portion between the land and the water, which is sometimes covered by water, sometimes not covered by water, that is called Tata. Similarly, the Jiva is called the Tatashta Shakti of the Lord, meaning because of our tiny constitution, we are very tiny Jivas, not the Supreme Lord, nor powerful Jivas like the pure devotees, not powerful Jivas. But still we are energy of the Lord, coming from the Lord, but tiny. So because of our tiny nature, sometimes we come under the influence of Antaranga Shakti, sometimes we come under the influence of Bahiranga Shakti. That means sometimes we come under the spiritual energy influence, sometimes we come under material energy influence. Like devotees, we always have this question. Prabhu, sometimes I'm in Krishna kindness, sometimes I'm in Maya. Yeah, because our position is exactly Tatashta Shakti. Last Sunday, we had a question answer session. So one student asked me this question. Prabhu, what to do? Sometimes I feel very energized, very enthusiastic, in full spirit of Krishna consciousness, fully elevated. But sometimes it goes completely down, go into Maya and become bewildered and speak all crazy things. Or I feel not very strong in Krishna kindness. So why this is happening and what to do? Yeah, because exactly our position is Tatashta Shakti. So we go into Maya. So all the living beings who come to this world, hmm, because we are Tatashta energy of the Lord, therefore presently we are in the situation of Maya. Although originally every living being is a devotee of Krishna. Huh? So that is explained in the scriptures that uh, in the purport also Prabhupada says, Narad Muni arranged things in such a way that after being released, they would be able to see Krishna and Vrindavan and thus revive their dormant bhakti. So bhakti is always there in every living being. Everybody is a devotee of Krishna or Vishnu or Hari. Constitutionally. Constitutionally. By nature. By nature, Jiva means Krishna conscious. That's all. There's no other consciousness. That can't be any other consciousness. Just like Prabhupada said, how do you say? Prabhupada gave a very nice example. Just like when you say shine, it is sunshine, natural. There's no other shine in this world. Shine means sunshine only. There is no other shine or source of shine. It is sun only. Similarly, consciousness means there's only one consciousness, supreme consciousness. That is Krishna consciousness or Hari consciousness. There's no other consciousness. So, scriptures explain that because we are part and parcel of Krishna, as Krishna also claims in the Bhagavad Gita, so many places. So many places. Where does Krishna say that in Bhagavad Gita? That you belong to me. So many places Krishna has told. Krishna claims his relationship with us. Imagine how much fortunate we must be. Krishna is claiming relationship with us. Just think about it for a second. Because you have to think and contemplate. Then only it brings in very special bonding with Krishna. Krishna is telling, you belong to me. Very special actually it is. I can say, I belong to Krishna. That's one way of looking at it. But Krishna says, no, 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 you belong to me. It's very special feeling. Very special feeling. Krishna is telling. So many places. In fact, Krishna said, the whole Gita I'm teaching, why? Because you have left me. I want you back. Maybe you don't want me, but I want you. Imagine Krishna wants, no, no, I want you. See how special we will feel if you know this truth. And this is Bhagavad Gita. Because sometimes people think, oh, Bhagavad Gita, very difficult. Very difficult to understand. Wow, what is it you have to understand in Bhagavad Gita? It is not Karma Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. Those are the complex chapters in Bhagavad Gita. Because they are complex. It is a fact. And Jnana Yoga. Complex means not natural, not original. It is a fact. It's a fact. Suppose simple things you make complex, what does it mean? Your mind is thinking, working like that. Simple things you make complex. Is it like that we say? So other things are simple. So Prabhupada says, in spiritual world, things are very simple. You see, Krishna, such a simple God, simply plays his flute, takes the cows for grazing in Vrindavan, either in this world or in the spiritual world. See, Krishna's daily activities, not very complex. See, Vishnu's daily activities, very complex. Very complex. Whether sun is on time, moon is on time, whether earth is producing vegetation, whether rains are coming, whether Indra is on duty, whether he has punched, he is biometric, he has come on time, whether 33 crore devatas are doing their job, then only you will be peaceful here. So much work, so much complex arrangement, my God. All the earth and the planets had to be balanced in space by the effect of sun. They have to stay in space. Not gravitational force. By the effect of sun, they have to stay in space, the planets. What a complex but advanced arrangement, no doubt. But see Krishna, so simple. His daily activity, if you see, Ashta Kalya Leela, we say. Ashta Kalya Leela. That means the Lord's day is divided in 8 parts. 3 hours of each part. That means 8 3s are 24. So in Krishna's 24 hours, each 3 hours Krishna does different Leelas. But these are all advanced literatures. Some of them are being described by the grace of Shukadeva Goswami here. We are hearing those pastimes here. So, all through the day, Krishna is simply having fun time. Just like we say, fun time with Gopas. And evening when they come back, they just reminisce or remember or discuss or speak about those glories. The Gopas, when they return back from the Vrindavana forest, all through the day what happened? They are describing that to their friends, their parents, their neighbors, relatives. This is the discussion, subject matter of discussion. Every day they have something to share. Every day. Imagine, Gopas are the maximum association of Krishna. All through the day, Gopas will be with Krishna. Just imagine what is their fortune. And Krishna wants to be with them. So, it is not that Krishna wants to be only with Gopas. Krishna wants to be even with us. Therefore, Krishna is saying in the Bhagavad Gita 4th chapter, the entire Gita is meant to make you know that you belong to me and I want you. I want you strongly. So, Krishna wants us, feels for us very strongly. That is Bhagavad Gita. It's not Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. They are simply complex things. Simply diversions. Bhakti Yoga means direct relationship with the Supreme Lord. That's called Bhakti Yoga. Because we are Krishnas. It is not that we have to become Krishnas. We are Krishnas. We are Krishnas. That is also described by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, quite a few places. Quite a few places. So, uh, and Krishna also says that Bijam mam sarva bhutanam aham bija pradapita sarva yonushu kaunteya murtaya sambhavantiya tasam brahma mahad yonir aham bija pradapita. I am the seed giving father of every living being. Pitaham asya jagataha mata data pitamaha. Krishna is saying Pitaham asya jagat. I am the father of the entire universe. That means all the living beings. You may be Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Parsi, Jain, Buddhist, whatever you may be in this body, as per your karma. That's bodily designation. But what is your identity? Original identity. Unchanging identity. That is spirit soul. Part and parcel of Krishna. That Krishna is talking about. The spirit Krishna is talking about. He is not talking about the body. We are identifying with reference to the body. I am Hindu, I am this, I am man, I am woman. But Krishna is identifying in terms of the spirit. Atma. So, Pita aham asya jagataha, whole universe. For the whole universe, I am the father. Pita aham asya jagata mata. Krishna is also saying I am the mother also. So Krishna is father, Krishna is mother. So nice. Data, maintainer. Pitamaha, grandfather. Krishna also is our grandfather. See? So therefore Krishna wants to claim all the living beings who have forgotten him because of their tatashta nature. So as I said, tatashta nature means you can be either mindful of Krishna or forgetful of Krishna. Sometimes this side, sometimes that side. But Krishna desires that, no, you don't go the other side. You be always my side. Be by my side. So, Krishna comes to this world, or Krishna sends his representatives like Narad Muni and Prabhupada to bring us back to him. And sometimes, if the separation is made because of our sinful activities, Lord feels very sorry about that. Lord feels very sorry. As in this case we see, Nalakura and Manigriva having drunk. They lost their senses and Narad Muni wanted to punish them. Punishment is exactly not punishment, basically to bring them to their senses. That's all. Because a pure devotee of the Lord never punishes anyone, never curses anyone. Characteristically, a pure devotee means simply filled with mercy. He's a personification of mercy. Krishna's mercy personified is Acharya, Deva. Krishna's mercy personification is Acharya Deva. Simply filled with compassion and mercy. So how can they punish or curse? Therefore it is a so-called curse. Prabhupada writes in last line, last word of this purport is Narad Muni indirectly gave Manigriva Nalakura the greatest opportunity by so-called curse. What is the greatest opportunity? By giving them the opportunity to go back home, back to Godhead. Narad Muni gave this special opportunity for Nalakura and Manigriva by the so-called curse. So he cursed them and made them to become trees. Why trees? Because they were naked and they're not even conscious about it. Similarly, trees, they are naked, but they're not conscious that they're naked. So a living being, if he is not conscious that he is naked or intoxicated, they will become trees. A tree is also not conscious that it is naked. It has lost its consciousness, has become very dull. Basically, become very dull in consciousness. It's not that there is no consciousness. Jiva means consciousness. The body may be anything, whether human body or tree body or stone body or animal body, but the only difference between different bodies is different degrees of manifestation of consciousness. Because even in human body, again, there are degrees. Very, very tamasic means dull consciousness. Almost like an animal only. Almost like an animal only. Like you see the meat eaters, the slaughterers, actually their life is like a tree or a stone only. Because they're killing. No consciousness at all of pain. No sense of pain for oneself and for others. Almost like animal only. That's why they'll all become animals next life. Because the consciousness is not like that of a human being. Human being means well-developed consciousness. Well-developed consciousness means purified consciousness. Purified consciousness means Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness. So Narada Muni therefore made them trees. But still, interesting point to note here is, Narada Muni thought, nonetheless, even though they will become trees, until they are released, by my mercy, they'll have the remembrance of their past sinful activities. Now, trees don't remember, oh, why I became a tree. Just like you also don't remember your past life. And why you got this human body, that also you don't know. What deed, good deeds you did that you got a human body, you don't know, you're not aware. Memory is lost. That is described in Bhagavad Gita also. Apohanam cha, forgetfulness. Huh? So similarly, just like we also, even as human being, imagine, human being is an elevated birth. Still in that elevated birth, we don't remember past life. And the tree, animal body is a degraded birth. Where the possible remembering past life? Not possible. But, you see the power of Narada Muni. More than the power, mercy of Narada Muni. Narada Muni says, they will still remember their sinful activities. Why? Because when you remember your sinful activity, you will be repentant and not commit further sinful activities. It's a grace of Narada Muni. Even the tree's body, they were remembering. Another mercy. See, Narada, that's why pure devotee means mercy over mercy, over mercy, over mercy. Mercy upon mercy, upon mercy. That is pure devotee. Durga means punishment upon punishment, upon punishment. So 10 instruments are there. One is over Kati is over, next Gadara, next Jati, next Lati. One after the other. But when Vishnu or Vishnu's devotee come, mercy, over that another mercy, over that another mercy. One installment of mercy, second installment of mercy, third installment of mercy. It goes on, simply installments of mercies. So first mercy, they remembered. Second mercy, he said, I will do something, see, moreover by my special favor. See how Prabhupada uses the terms differently. By my mercy first. And here Prabhupada uses, by my special favor. I will do something more wonderful for Nalakura Manigriva. See, generally you do sinful activity or some crime in this world. They'll give you punishment and more punishment. Suppose you do one more crime, even more it will become severe, right? But you see the pure devotees. He is very, very sinful. But they want to give mercy, more mercy. It's very difficult to conceive and digest this fact. They're extremely compassionate. So, to show special favor, I'll do something more wonderful. What is that? After you are released from the body of the tree, you will remember your past sinful activities. But that apart, most important is, you will come face to face in front of Vasudeva Krishna. And this is very rare. To see Supreme Lord Vasudeva face to face is very difficult. But Narada Muni gave that opportunity for them. What more can you expect? Further, third installment mercy, you see. And thus, O Nalakura Manigriva, you will revive your real position as devotees. See how much Narada Muni has blessed them. So this is the blessing of the great devotee like Narada Muni, when we come under his shelter. Similarly, we are so fortunate. Narada Muni is representative of Prabhupada. Not representative alone, same parampara, same family, same parampara of Narada Muni is what Prabhupada is coming from. ISKCON is coming from Narada Parampara. How fortunate we are to come in touch with ISKCON movement and Srila Prabhupada, the current representative of Narada Muni. We can see Prabhupada and we can see Narada through seeing Prabhupada. These are all things we have to keep in mind and feel ourselves very fortunate and blessed. Gantrat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai.